My name is Kirk. Most of you know me as NC2WA on the fish forums. This is the part one of a two-part video series of my 375-gallon custom acrylic tank. Part one will be in the garage, where all the equipment, tank, etc. is. My 120-gallon sump, the steel stand, and my custom-built tank were built by Jason Gregory of Clear Fabrications. He's one of the premier acrylic builders in the Pacific Northwest. Highly recommend him if you want an acrylic tank. His workmanship is just flawless. It's very, very good. What I want to do is break my components down. First I want to talk about is my water change system. To do all my waters, I've got a 55-gallon vat, which is the white here, and then in the back I have a 165-gallon, which is for salt water. All the water is basically brewed from the unit, four-stage unit. Left is sediment, middle is sediment, far right is carbon. All my filters and membranes are from SpectraPure. They keep the water nice and pure and clarified and algae-free, etc. I have a Aqua UV sterilizer. It's an 80-watt unit, 240-watt bulbs. As you can see, it's mounted on a piece of plywood. Installation was done by Dave Pepple. Most of you know him as Peppy on Reef Frontiers. Thank you, Dave. I'm in the process of changing lights, and you can see it's anchored by L brackets on the back, which is mounted right onto the stand itself. I have an 18-inch canopy walkout basically all the way around my tank. I have an auto top-off Tunzi. I have a Reef Keeper unit, which I plan on selling in a month or so. I'm going to upgrade to an Apex unit. And that water level for the UV is controlled by the black ball valve, which is right off my return. All of my timers are up off the floor, tied neatly. And basically my automatic water change system is fairly simple, actually. All I do is turn off the main pump, wait till the water level goes up. You have marked by tape, top tape, bottom tape. That distance between the top and the bottom is 45 gallons. So after the water level is done, I turn on the red valve, goes to the Pexi flex pipe, which is hooked up in the back of our crawl space to my sewer system. So it dumps all the water there, and I can do a 45-gallon water change in about 10 minutes. After I'm done with the water emptying it out to get water into the tank, I just use the ball valve that's connected to the pump down below, and that piece of PVC is hooked right into my sump, and water just goes right into the sump to a certain level, which is the top tape. Once you hit the top tape, turn her off, turn the sump on, overflows fill up, and water change is complete. To get water from the white vat to the green vat is done by 1260 Aheim pump in combination of opening and closing ball valves. As you can see, the left's closed, the right's open, and also with the red one is open as well. So all I'm really doing is I'm recirculating salt water in this tank. Basically I'm mixing salt water in the tank, and that's on 24/7. That's by default configuration. But I want to move water from the left white tank to the green tank. I'd open up the left, close the right. Once water's filled to a certain level, I would turn the left off, turn the right on, fill it with salt, and start mixing. There is a heater that's in there to keep it up to temperature. And when I want to do top-offs to water, it's done by this blue valve right here, and it's hooked up to a 25-foot vinyl hose. I can go and service any of my tanks. Quarantine tanks are in the garage. We'll get to that in a minute. With water top off. And for the ones I cannot reach, I like to control those through a remote control, which is right there. So I could basically go to the very front of the garage, turn the pump off, place my hose inside the tank, turn it on with the remote control, do what I need to do with the tank, get it ready, and then turn it off via the remote control. Let's go to the sump. Sump, I said again, is a 120-gallon sump. It controls with a H&S skimmer, as I said before. It has a 2-chamber filter chamber. You can put like filter socks in there if you want for carbon or whatever. I just use a carbon reactor for all of my carbon, and you probably see carbon on top of the skimmer tray, which is to control scrub extra ozone if the ozone unit was on, which is not right now. These two knobs control the level of the overflows. The one in the front is for the left, the one in the back is for the right. So I can adjust the water level inside the sump. And then the skimmer and the biopellet reactor are controlled via the DJ strip. And finally I have another closed loop, which is controlled by another Iwaki 70. You can see all the plumbing work that Jason's done. It's all nice and tight. Just let you go. Each has its own shutoff valve. Those are for the closed loops. That's pretty much it in a nutshell as far as how we go in the back. There's black acrylic on the back. My lights, I won't shine up there because it's too much of a glare, are powered by 2 metal halides, 250 watts from XM bulbs, 10Ks. I plan on swapping those out. I just made an order for Reef Radiance LEDs, so I'm going to replace those with LEDs shortly. As far as all of my quarantine tanks are concerned, I have 3. I have 2 55 gallons and a 75 gallon. First one is an acrylic tank. Nothing's in there right now at the moment. But I have another 55 gallon, which is glass. And there is a Red Sea raccoon butterfly. Just got him yesterday. He's eating mice and shrimp nicely. Kind of skittish, but that's to be noted after that. And then finally I have a 75 gallon, which currently only has live rock in it. 120 pounds of live rock, which I got from Chris Bacon's. Thank you, Chris. Looking good. You can see I got insulation on the front since it's so near to the garage door. Helps with temperature, 79. Probably would be around 75, 76 without the insulation. So that's the behind the scenes. This is what makes all the fish stuff happen, if you will. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel this, and we'll be for part 2. Thank you. Bye-bye.